Good evening, America and the world. Welcome to Telling It Like It Is with Scott Binsack. That would be me. Thank you all for tuning in. This is a very, very important show, and I'm going to be telling you what mainstream media is not telling you and how urgent this is. We are on the brink of war with Russia. Serious nuclear war with Russia. So serious that our generals from the United States and Russia are going toe to toe. Russia has been moving in the S-300 and S-400 missile systems, as many know, over the past few months into Syria, as well as over the past 3 days has been practicing with 40 million civilians to go into nuclear bunkers for nuclear war. Vladimir Putin and his generals have just announced that America's idea of a no-fly zone of Syria is not going to work. This just came out. It will not work. As Hillary Clinton wants to tote, let's put a no-fly zone over Syria when Russia controls the skies over Syria, and as our generals, the U.S. Army General 2 days ago stated, that would mean war with Russia. U.S. Army General Martin Miley states just yesterday that, quote, "We will stop you and beat you harder than you have ever been beaten before. Make no mistake." A direct threat to Russia. What mass media is not telling you is that Russia just announced any aircraft over Syria flown without transponders or with transponders will be shot down to protect Syrian civilians, to protect the Syrian military, to protect Russian soldiers, as well as Russian caregivers giving out aid in Aleppo. I'm going to tell you a little story that's not going out very rampant on this, or hasn't, and it's there, but people don't understand this. There was an agreement with us for a truce, between Syria and the rebels, and it fell apart because the United States, wantingly and willfully, bombed 100 plus Syrian special forces soldiers at their base and said, "Oops, we're sorry." In return, Russia found a secret CIA and Mossad, and what Mossad is, for those who do not know, Mossad is Israel's CIA. Russia found a secret CIA and Mossad headquarters in Aleppo and destroyed it just the other day. And this what led to the escalation, because the CIA and Mossad, via Obama, via Hillary Clinton's past doings, have created ISIS. Fact. We are truly on the verge of an all-scale war with Russia. And mass media is not covering this. It's covering all kinds of bullshit as usual. Okay? And I keep people touting, where's Trump's tax returns? Where's Trump's tax returns? Where's Trump's tax returns? How about you get your head out of your ass first, okay, and worry about real things? That's the first thing. The second thing is, how about you people touting where's Trump's tax return? How about you pay attention to what's really going on in the world and get your head out of your ass, okay? Love the angry faces. Gotta love it. I gotta love the angry faces. Yes, Kathy Garrett, Obama hates Israel, and that's part of this, okay? However, Israel has been working with our CIA under what their CIA is called Mossad, and we want to take out Syria. I mean, and I'm not thinking to remember, I'm thinking because I want to say this correctly, okay? I say it how it is, and I'm going to tell you how it is and what they're not telling you. What they're not telling you is we are truly on the verge of nuclear war and an all-out war in Syria, and I am being told, and as certain media outlets, not the main media, are saying that the United States is planning on bombing Syria. And if they do that, Russia is going to shoot down any planes. Russia is going to retaliate. And Russia has stated this very clearly, not even X amount of hours ago, by its own generals. Okay? As our general, U.S. Army General Martin Miley has stated in his boasting, Russia does not want war with the United States, but our government wants you to believe that Russia is this bad country and Putin is this great gangster. Well, he might be a great gangster, but he's not stupid, and he does not want war with America, but he has to protect his country like I think any one of us would do and protect his people. Yes, we need to stop Obama, Teresa. And this is very, very serious. And mainstream media is not covering this. Why isn't mainstream media showing you all over the place, besides this hurricane, that we are about to go to war with Russia? Why is mainstream media not doing this? That's the question Americans should be asking themselves. And you can fact check me, anyone, and even the Hillary suckers, BJ loving followers, okay? I know most people don't like my language, but too bad. Okay, because this is serious shit. And she will lead us into direct war, or if not, war will be carried out. And I'm going to give you another pointer. Israel has 20 nukes pointed at Iran at this moment. So when this goes off, okay, why is Russia holding 40 million of its citizens going into bunkers over the past 3 days and running drills and calling up its military on its highest caliber? Because Putin knows Obama, via the powers that be, George Soros, we can get into many, many names of many people behind this, wants war with Russia. The UN troops have surrounded Russia as we speak on all fronts, okay? Just like Crimea. I want to educate people that Crimea, Russia did not invade Crimea. Okay, let's put this correctly. You can use those words invade and not evade, okay, because I want to get this to the point and fast. What happened is our CIA-backed coup to remove Crimea's president, Putin found out about, okay, and went in to protect its military interests within Crimea. We have been trying to make it look like Russia is this bad country, when in fact, Vladimir Putin has been trying to tell the United Nations who is behind all of this, and he's been very accurate about it. But instead, we're allowed to calling that they're hackers, they're this, he wants war with America, all this kind of shit. Putin does not want war with America. Putin wants to protect his country from our madness. And I say our madness, it's Obama's madness. It is George Soros's madness. It is the elite madness. They do not care about us. We are just pieces on a chessboard, the deplorables, the basement dwellers. This is Hillary's message. And here's the big kicker, everybody. If we do go to war with Russia, which we're right there, right now, right there, here it is. Mainstream media should be reporting this to the world as we speak. Okay? Yes, Wendy, good point. Wendy brought up the next point I'm going to make. If war is declared between us and Russia, Obama will claim that it's a state of emergency, and he can suspend elections. And he could even apply martial law for our safety from Russia. Okay? The big October surprise that I believe has been this, that has been planned, and I know some people within the Rockefeller family, and I'm not going to name their names, and some other sources, and I've been given lots of good information. This is serious, serious stuff, okay? As we bombed during the peace agreement with Syria, America went in and broke that by bombing 100+ Syrian Special Forces members right in their base, because our goal is to get to Bashar, the president of Syria. We want to remove him. We want to remove him. We want to cut up the Middle East into pieces. Russia and Iran are fighting in Syria, and they really are attacking ISIS. They are against ISIS. We have allowed ISIS, our own creation, through through Obama and Hillary Clinton, is an ISIS creation. There's facts of this everywhere. And no, Norma, Hillary won't be pissed if he suspends elections. Okay? This is all part of the bigger plan, and he may not suspend elections. I'm just saying he can suspend them. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I look at the facts and I look at what's going on the war board right now and the information that's been received. That's what I look at. And I look at what Russia's doing, and I look at the positions. They even just moved in one of their largest aircraft carriers. They have the S-300, the S-400, one of the best missile air defense systems in the world, in place all over Syria. And our own generals have said, if we create a no-fly zone, which Miss Clinton is for, if we create that, it is war with Russia, and Russia is prepared to defend itself. And it just stated a little while ago, its own general stated a while ago, this should be all over mass media, and it's not, that Russia said we will shoot down anything from missile to plane coming over Syria. Period. No explanation, no ifs, ands, or buts, and this is war with Russia. The UN troops have already surrounded Russia. We are allegedly putting in place a missile, what they call a missile defense system against Russia, when in fact these missiles can be quickly changed into short-range nuclear missiles against Russia. Russia has no choice to do what it's doing, and mainstream media is not telling you this. And they're going to do it by some false allegation against Russia. Just like allegedly the other day, Russia supposedly bombed a convoy, etc. That we never bombed. They found out truthfully there was nothing was bombed by an airplane for that. It was done on the ground. And as I said, I'm going to tell you the piece that's missing in this puzzle. Russia, about a week ago, bombed the secret headquarters of CIA and Mossad, which is Israeli CIA, headquarters in Aleppo. They bombed them. They crushed them. Okay? Because CIA and Mossad and others are behind this, with Saudi Arabia backing with funnels of money. Here's the key part. The Clinton Foundation has been funneling this money for a long, long time for arms, for U.S. weapons, to get to ISIS, Al-Qaeda, etc. Proof of this has come out, and I'm going to talk. Putin is protecting Assad and the huge weapon cache. Putin is protecting Assad because we want to oust Assad. It's the same kind of coup that happened in Crimea. And Putin went in and protected his Black Fleet and their base there. Okay? Every right to do so. People need to go back to World War II, when there's a treaty with the countries after that war that there is not supposed to be X amount of military hardware in X amount of neighboring countries, because Crimea, with the ousted president, our own president, one of our people that we wanted to put in via the CIA, okay, was going to be a puppet. Putin found this out, and they were going to join the UN and the EU. Okay, people need to get their facts straight and why this is happening. War is imminent. It's going to happen. I fully believe it's going to happen, and God forbid it does. I hope I'm wrong. I'm rarely wrong about things. And if I'm wrong, I like when people correct me on facts and this, but here's the main scope. Mass media is covering up the truth of what's going on right now, not just about Hillary Clinton and her campaign, not just about the Clinton Foundation and its trails of money and blood, not just about that, but our relations with Russia and how serious it is at this moment. This is very serious stuff. Very, very serious. Okay? And I don't go touting that things are serious if they're not serious. I'm not Alex Jones. I love Alex Jones, but there's certain things I don't agree with Alex Jones, and he touts and goes and likes to hear himself speak. I'm giving you the facts. This is the fact. We are on the verge of nuclear war with Russia and war over Syria. And I fully believe that Syria is going to be bombed in Damascus. by the United States, and it's going to be triggered. It's going to be triggered by some alleged action that Russia did not commit, and i.e. some type of false flag that we create. That's how fucked up we are in this country, because George Soros and the powers that be want war. They want control. Hillary is the same. She's behind this. Soros, Obama is behind this. So now I'm going to get into something else that is very important. People keep asking, is WikiLeaks going to dump? Julian Assange has met with his international lawyers. He's been on his spokespeople have been on numerous news channels, etc. I fully believe, and from what I got today, Julian Assange is going to dump. It could be this minute, could be any minute, and not just about Hillary Clinton, not just about U.S. election. It's going to be major against Google. It's going to be major against Google, major against with oil going on in the world and what happened and what they're trying to do as Saudi Arabia shut off the spigot. And everybody's, oh great, Obama's up there bragging, we have low gas prices. Really what they did is have Saudi Arabia and others shut the spigots off, reduce the price of gas to choke Russia. So Russia could not benefit from the hot price of oil, and that's where it was getting its money from for a long time. So Putin shut down its spigots of natural gas to Europe in certain areas. So, you know, Russia just doesn't call 40 million people to hold nuclear bomb shelter tests and civil defense officials and citizens for no reason, and doesn't move its best hardware into Syria, and it's already been in place, and now they're moving other stuff in place, and their own general. Yes, I trust Putin over Obama and Clinton any day. Okay, and that doesn't mean I agree with everything that they do in a communist country. No way. I'm a democratic guy. I believe in democracy, etc. However, I do believe Putin is truly trying to defend his country, and we have initiated this massive nightmare that could put us all in jeopardy. All in jeopardy. And I believe the United States will create what they call a false flag operation to make it look like Russia has done something that they did not do, and they've been caught already in the past several months doing the same thing. And even after we bombed, the U.S. admittedly wrongfully bombed Syrian special forces. Putin called an emergency UN council, and he got laughed at for it, and we tried to cover that up when he's trying to explain to the United Nations what's happening. This is serious, serious stuff. Gerald, the U.S. wants Syria, they want Iraq. Okay, there's a big plan that's been in place for many years to cut up the Middle East into a puzzle board, like a pizza pie, and for us to control it. And our CIA and Mossad, which is Israel's CIA, and several other countries are involved in this disgusting mess of a war that our men and women are fighting in for no reason. Okay, in other words, it's all for greed and power, and they shouldn't be over there. They shouldn't be there. There should be no war with Syria right now. There should be none of it. Just like Saddam Hussein, he might have been a dictator, but he kept his people in check. Look at Iraq now. Thank you for pulling the troops out, asshole, after we spent billions. And you know who benefited from that? Halliburton. You know who's behind Halliburton? Okay? Does everybody know who's behind Halliburton, the great government company that supplied most of the Humvees and the toilet seats and the hammers at $500 a piece and all of the above through Bush? Okay, and now even through the Obama administration. Okay, like really, it all comes back to Dick Cheney, George Bush, the Clintons, and here's the key. Yes, Becky, October 6th, central banks. There's a lot going on with the banking, international banking as well, which George Soros is behind, and this is so serious. America, you really need to pay attention to what's going on and not the crap that you fucking watch every day that's on the news. You have to pay attention to this. This is very serious, and it will be called something else. So now I'm going to get into WikiLeaks again, and there's many things that have been dumped from different people over the past. Hi, Michelle, how are you? Hi, Lisa. Hi, Jason. I can't say hi to everybody, so I appreciate you all joining in. I love all your messages and everything. But please, if you did just chiming into this, go back to the beginning of this. I would talk about very good information here. And it's very important as Americans we understand it so we take back our country. Yes, a lot of, Becky, just so people know, over $1 trillion+ has been moved out of American banks over the past 6 to 8 months by investors, by the wealthy, and put offshore. I'm an offshore banking specialist, hence how I'm tracking the Clinton cash. Okay? And there's lots of Clinton cash tied to Chelsea. I told everybody it was tied to Chelsea Clinton before others, and now the stories are breaking that emails are proving it was tied. Chelsea Clinton has these offshore corporations in her name via the Panama Papers and all the corporations that were formed under Clinton cash. All you got to do is follow the money. Follow the money, not Hillary's bullshit. Follow the truth. The truth will set us all free. All of us together can take back America. And Becky, no, not even the credit union is protected in the United States. Trust what I tell you. When this happens, and it's going to happen, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when, and that's the sickening part. And that's what sickens me about 50% of America who's been dumbed down and buys into this lying, conniving, murderous woman that we even had, that should not even have the right to be running for president. Not even have the fucking right to be running for president. She makes me sick. The Clintons make me sick. I see the amount of billions of dollars they have used. And this goes back to the 90s. So now I'm going to get into Guccifer 2's dump. Okay? The hacker Guccifer. If you all don't know about him, you can Google him. Guccifer just dumped, and I have my notes because I want to make sure. I mean, I know it in my head, but I want to make sure because I get called out by everybody, and I'm a real person. I'm telling you like it is, and I want my facts accurate. Okay? So but I know this from reading the documents myself. Here's the deal. Guccifer dumped these documents tied to the DNC. Most people tried to cover it up and say this is only DNC documents. Okay? They are also Clinton Foundation documents, and if you look at the whole dump, and there's a link to download the entire hacked dump. These are from TARP funds, okay, which TARP was supposed to go back to help the American people, if you all remember. Instead, it went into the Clinton Foundation through numerous channels and worked it back to not just Democratic, but also Republican congressmen and senators. And it specifically shows that in this. People are not paying attention to these emails that were hacked by Guccifer 2. And I'm going to tell you something about Guccifer 2, and you guys can figure this out for yourself, but I know this. WikiLeaks, Julian Assange was threatened several times, and we know that Hillary wanted to order a drone strike, and most recently, we know that the government of Ecuador was threatened if he were to go public with what he has. He's still going to go public. From what his international lawyers are saying, he's going to go public, and he will dump this, but you're not going to know when and where it's coming. So you have to pay attention to these things. I only know one of the whistleblowers that delivered tons. I can't even give you the numbers of documents. So, and that's one of hundreds and hundreds of people that send WikiLeaks documents. These emails are damaging. They are crucial. They show money trail. They show Hillary Clinton tied to the shipment of arms, okay? Even to Libya. Serious stuff, how she murdered Gaddafi. Factual stuff. But the thing of the Guccifer dump that people are trying to go off of, and nobody really in mainstream media is talking about in the Guccifer dump of hacked emails, is that this money from TARP is going for pay for play all the way down the line into the Clinton Foundation. And we're talking Goldman Sachs, Citibank. I mean, we could go down the line. We already know for a fact that Hillary Clinton received $52 million to date from Goldman Sachs alone towards her presidential campaign. Does anybody common sense not tie the two together just on that alone? So when you see all these hacked documents, and I'm going to put the link to where you can download them yourself. Okay? WikiLeaks already has it on its Twitter feed. Just go to WikiLeaks, the one with the blue check mark, and you can go there, and they had access, WikiLeaks had access, and but received and downloaded Guccifer's hack. Want to know why? I'm going to tell you why. I believe Julian Assange used Guccifer to dump what WikiLeaks had already received while everyone was looking at everything else. And even if you look at Guccifer's website, the same colors as WikiLeaks websites are on his. The teal blue, the gray, the logo colors. Everything matches from Guccifer to WikiLeaks. Put the two together in common sense. So look over here while what's really going on is over here. And he's protecting himself, and he's going to be doing this as well. But there's very damaging dumps coming. But this dump from Guccifer 2 is very critical. Very critical, and the documents have to be examined. And I've examined these documents, and it's overwhelming, and you have to go through them. But it is definite. It goes back to the 90s, before the TARP funds. Before the TARP funds. It goes back to the 1990s. And back to unions, back to healthcare. And I'm going to tell you something that no one else is saying to you. In these documents, it proves that there's a health tracking database that they've been buying from one another, from Goldman Sachs to unions to Planned Parenthood, Airline Pilots Association, all these above. They have been using people's Medicare information and releasing it back and forth to one another and selling it back and forth to you. So your health information for Medicare has been shared all over the place illegally and being used by these big corporations and unions to make money. This is a fact. You have to look at these documents. People's Medicaid and Medicare, information from all these different companies has been being shared, and it shows this in this last email dump, and that's very serious. That's your health information. It is it is being sold, and it is being used against us. This is a fact. Understand what I'm saying to you. So, and it's going, Airline Pilots Union, as I said, there's so many, it's pathetic. Planned Parenthood. You could go down the line from all these unions that are in there that have been giving out Medicare information from its union members and others, and they're selling it to the highest bidders. It still all goes back and it runs into the Clinton Foundation. The Clinton Foundation has been used as this massive money laundering, shocking system. And I know offshore banking. I've been doing offshore banking since the early 1990s. I started in Costa Rica. I'll tell you all. I have nothing to hide. I know how to launder money. But do I use it that way? Sorry for the coughing. There's some people out here. I use it to protect people's money from you're allowed to use legal tax shelters. Again, another loophole, a law in the United States that you can use, and you can use offshore banking for tax shelters. But you can also use offshore money to launder it and clean it like Bill and Hillary Clinton have done, Obama has done. You could go down, they all have done. George Soros has done, and I'm doing a specific story on the Swiss connection to all of this. There's a huge Swiss connection to this and how Switzerland overlooked these particular companies when we cut the transparency deal with Switzerland years ago. And Secretary of State Clinton, Hillary Clinton, made sure this happened, and the Clinton Foundation got paid from this bank and from Swiss officials to make sure that this happened via the Clinton Foundation. And this is what's going on here. People have got to understand. I'm sorry I'm overloading people, Paula, but this is the truth. It's a massive slush fund, and it's tied. I've seen the corporations. I did a very big blog on it. Go, and I'm going to say this quickly to everybody, please. I have a lot of people messaging me that they want to comment on videos, and they can't because I'm shooting, live streaming onto my personal wall. I'm going to make a notice, and I'm going to tell you in this video, I'm going to start live streaming from my public figure wall under Scott Binsack. Just go on Facebook under Scott Binsack, and you'll make sure it's mine. You'll know it's mine with the black and white photo. You'll see it's verified. It has, everything's there. Like it. I'm going to start streaming from there, so everybody, I want to hear from everybody. I want to hear your comments. I have so much information I'm being received. I'm not trying to sell you shit. I don't want to sell you nothing. I want to tell you the truth, and I want you to stand up, and so we can take this country back and not allow this evil, corrupt, sociopathic, narcissistic woman and her husband back in the White House, and stop this and stop Obama, because this is super, super serious. Brink of war. Massive money laundering, a trail of murders up to 68 plus bodies, scandal after 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 scandal. Watch the movie that I put on there that Hillary had removed from movie that would not allow it to go into movie theaters. It tells you all about Hillary Clinton and her history and how sociopathic she is. Spread that movie everywhere. She's trying to get it off YouTube as we speak. I know that. Thank you, Dawn. Much respect to all of you. And as I said, I will give you the information as I see it. And I'm going to start to show you on my new live streams. I'll be able to see me. And I'm going to show you the evidence up front and zoom in on the documents and the hacked email so you can see it all. I want you to see it all. I want you to see what I see. And I'm going to explain to you how it all works. And I'm actually drawing up a graph on how this money laundering scheme works. And it's massive. It is massive, massive, massive pay for play, i.e. quid pro quo, okay? Massive, massive, massive. So the Guccifer 2 hacks, hack of the DNC and the Clinton Foundation documents is accurate. And I believe those documents didn't come from Guccifer's own hack. I believe they came from WikiLeaks to Guccifer, and he was the one that released them so that Julian Assange could keep himself protected, and they happened right after, at the almost same time as the 10-year anniversary. So it's, in other words, look over here and look over there, and I know they're two different individuals, but I believe they're working together, and I know Julian Assange working with other people around the world to get his information out. And he is. He's scared for his life. They joke about sending drones on him. That was no joke. That was the truth. Obama, as I told you yesterday, look at what was leaked about the drone strike. Read what Obama was talking about from the Department of Justice. The DOJ is behind a lot of this as well. And Clinton Cash is another excellent film you all need to watch. Go to Breitbart News, and they have it right there, or just go to Google and type in Clinton Cash. It's a must watch and share everywhere. I'm going to pin it to my, I'm going to capture it and pin it to my public figure page. Again, I wish I could be friends with all of you, and the best way for me to be friends with all of you is on my public figure page, but I do have a second personal page named Scott James, SCOTTJAYMES. If you can friend me there, I have X amount of slots open there. I'll be happy to be your friend, as long as you're a legitimate, true patriot, true American, want to stop this bitch and this massive corruption. It needs to be stopped. We have to take back America now. And this is no joke, or we are going to yes, Julian is working with that. I know I need to watch my back. I'm used to this. I grew up, I stood up to the government. I was a victim of government corruption. I stood up to that. I suffered dearly for it, but I kept my ground in my history. And if you go to my book page, and I'm not selling you a book, I'll give you my book for free. You don't have to buy anything from me. I want the truth out there. I don't want to sell you anything. That's why if you notice, if you go to my blogs, my websites, you don't see ads flashing all over the place. You don't see anything, because I'm not looking to take your money. I want to give you the truth. That's it. I want to give you the truth, and I care about this country, and I care about the good people in this country, and I'm very saddened that 50% of this country still do not see and are brainwashed what the Clintons are truly, truly about. How horrible these people are, how sociopathic that they are, and they have no regards for anyone else. They look down on others. They don't care about me and you or anyone. And they are the bigots. They are the racists. And here we go. Haiti, we're up to almost 300 deaths in Haiti from this horrible hurricane that hit them. And the last time Haiti had a natural disaster was the earthquake, and Bill Clinton went in there, blackmailed everybody, took hundreds of millions of dollars through the fucking Clinton Foundation and left these people in cardboard boxes and tents, and did basically zero of using the Clinton Foundation money to do it. Now that is a sociopathic, narcissistic fucking maniac. How you could sleep at night, Hillary and Bill, knowing you robbed these people of donation money, and these people now in this hurricane who still didn't get their homes built as you promised, their infrastructure done, are now suffering because of it again, because of our hurricane, because they have no shelters. Okay, the country it's very, very sad. They destroyed that country. They destroyed Libya. They're destroying Iraq and Syria as we speak. They are destroying countries, and Putin tells I'm saying to the United Nations. The United Nations is like, and Obama wants to be head of the United Nations. We all must. We need to go to the fucking moon if Obama becomes head of the United Nations, if he gets that far. This is part of the elite. This is true. It's not conspiracy theory. It's fact. Okay, it is fact. 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 They have no conscience. Yes, Gerald, no utilities, living in tents, small homes, etc. And I'm sure someone's going to come in there right now after this, and I pray it's the right. You can't even trust the Red Cross anymore. They're on the pay-for-play class. They use the IMF, okay, as a big slush fund for all of this. And you know who owns the IMF and runs the IMF and the World Bank? The Rothschild family. The Rothschilds are the wealthiest family on the planet and have controlled, with like Soros and many others in the Bilderberger group, what happens in our country. And Rockefeller, they sit back and go, yeah, I created all these wars. And they said it. These are quotes. We've created all the wars today, and we will continue to do so. Do you really think you can control us and take us over? These are their own quotes. Google what I'm telling you. These are facts. This is not bullshit. And I like how when Guccifer dumped And when Guccifer dumped the right thing right away, those have nothing to do with the Clinton Foundation. They're just DNC documents. Wrong. Look at the documents carefully, all of you running your mouth, and go through every one of those hacked documents, and you will see it is tied to the Clinton Foundation and not just the DNC. And the both are one and the same because of, look at what they just did. We found out from Bernie Sanders, what they did, WikiLeaks released about Bernie Sanders and how they cheated, okay? They cheated Bernie Sanders out of states. And Bernie Sanders is a sellout in my mind. Not to any of you. I used to respect Bernie Sanders. I have no respect for him at all. He's a sellout. He thinks he's doing the right thing for his party, and he's really not. He's not doing the right thing for his party. He's doing the right thing for whatever reason it is for him, whether he's been paid, whether he's got something to hide. Because see how the Clintons work? They work just like J. Edgar Hoover worked is the best example, and I use it all the time back in the Kennedy era. J. Edgar Hoover here's how it worked. The head of the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover used to get dirt on everybody. Okay? Tons of dirt. Briberies, photos, this, that, child pornography rings, whatever they could get. Senators sleeping with this one, congressman, he would get all this dirt on them. They would get all this dirt on them, and then when he tried to come out, he would just contact them, or the president would contact him. Johnson, another scumbag, okay? President Johnson was a straight scumbag. Okay, President Kennedy gets outright murdered in this country, and the man's rushing on a plane to be sworn in, has Jackie Kennedy standing next to him, to like saying, the woman's in total fucking shock. She just watched her husband's head get blown off, and there's Johnson getting a judge out of bed to swear him in on Air Force One and makes her take Air Force Two. These are the kind of people you're dealing with. Listen to what I just told you. Though it's a fact. This is the great President Johnson and Hoover. Hoover knew he was going to get Kennedy was throwing him right out of there because Hoover was a scumbag. Hoover was a straight scumbag. The Clintons operate the same way with their money trails. They get dirt on people, they bribe them, okay, and they get them to pay for play, and then they hold the dirt on them, just like they have on Comey, just like Loretta Lynch. And now I'm going to tell you what happened with Bill Clinton. Some of you may know this from the story sort of floating around there, but Bill Clinton went on Loretta Lynch's private plane and blackmailed her. Before these emails this came out, he went on there, blackmailed her, and it's quoted from a top source. I mean, top source. Edward Klein. Just Google Edward Klein. Top source. Okay, good source. Edward Klein stated that Bill Clinton was laughing about after he was meeting with Loretta Lynch that she was shaking and that scared because he blackmailed her not to make sure the FBI and that she would not indict Hillary Clinton for the email server cover-up. This is a fact. These are the people you're talking about here, okay? And this is what I know. This is how they operate. It's just like, I'm going to give you what? I respect the Italian Mafia 100 times more than what these people do. Because the Italian Mafia doesn't do that. They don't hurt innocent children and women and go after and destroy countries and all of the above, okay? At least they have morals and values when it comes to certain things and family and other things and respect most of all. What you see here is just, it's so huge. It's breathtaking, and I'm seeing this money trail, and it keeps coming out and coming out and coming out. And I was saying it before others. I was telling you Chelsea Clinton was tied to all of this. Okay, just like, oh God, it's just fucking sickening. It's totally sickening. As we are on the verge of war with Russia, which I'm telling you, that's the big story here. And the big story is not our emails; it's the Clinton Foundation that they keep covering up. And you'll see that how Floridians, please, if you're watching, how are you voting for Hillary Clinton? And something else just came out today. There's voter fraud going on everywhere. Just in Virginia today, a young man got caught filing early ballots with 20 dead people's names, and the lady receiving them said, wait a second, I know this guy. This guy's dead. This guy's dead. Where's this? And they just arrested this man, this young kid from a campus, and this is what they're doing. They're going out using dead people's names and getting to early ballots and filing them, and they were all for Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party down the line. Why? Because we have no stringent voting system in our country. Anyone can vote. You don't even need a fucking ID in this country. That's great. So this is how it works. This is why over the past 8 years with Obama, to guarantee the Dems stay in the White House, what they've done is open the floodgates for immigrants to come in our country. Most of them are not registered, but what they will do, because they're afraid, is they will vote Democratic to keep them safe in this country and keep their illegal status okay here. So they flooded this country from the inside out with illegal immigrants from all over, and as Obama's shoving down your face now, illegal immigrants from Syria, and nothing against the Syrian people. They need to be vetted. He's not vetting them. He's just giving them citizenship. Have a nice day. You're welcome to America. Here, park up. Come to Starbucks and have a fucking coffee. You're welcome. Welcome to America. Yeah, good job, Obama. Wonderful. While some good Syrians may come in who deserve refugee status, but at the other hand, you have ISIS, terroristic people, etc., coming in without being vetted, and then we end up with very serious situation, and the serious situation is going to get worse. You're going to see our country turn into Syria and Iraq and Israel, where there's bombings on a regular basis. This is what our country is going to become. But the Dems did this to bring in all these people, okay, and immigrants to flood the system with votes. Honestly, over the past 8 years, if you look at the pattern, this is what they've done. They flooded the system with illegal immigrants who know that they're going to vote for them because they're afraid to do anything else because most of them are illegal. So what are they going to do? They know Hillary's going to let them stay in there. They know Obama's going to let them stay in there. He's the one letting it in. So instead, let's have a United States that's just, one world order is really basically what we're looking at here. And this is exactly it. Build that fucking wall and build many more walls. I heard Hispanic mothers say, Mr. Trump, let me be the first one to lay that brick in the foundation of that wall. Good Hispanics understand what's happening here, okay? Good immigrants understand what's happening here. This is the truth. We cannot allow this to happen anymore. I don't want to say it anymore. I don't want to go through it anymore. You got to get it in your heads. You must get the word out. You must watch what's going on. You must follow good things. You must follow and share the good stories that are the truth about this woman. And I want to tell you a story now. Yes, Becky, I want to take everybody's, that's why I said there's many people who watch me and message me, and I thank you for your hundreds and hundreds of messages. And many people, I'm going to be on radio shows, TV, etc., and I'm looking forward to it to voice my word for all of us out there like Donald Trump is doing and other people around him. He may not be perfect, but he's not anything even close to Hillary fucking Clinton and Bill Clinton. There's nothing in that man's past or in his family's past or anything or major scandal. Oh, show me your taxes. Listen, all of you so concerned about these taxes, have Bill and Hillary Clinton show you their pay-for-play list and all their offshore corporations and where all the money went from all these donations they took and all these high speeches that they got paid for. Why don't you demand that of your own candidate? And then you can talk to me about Donald Trump's taxes. You already got them illegally from the New York Times. You already got his taxes, and he proved and showed that he used the tax code to his advantage. So that makes him a bad guy, right? That makes him a bad fucking guy. Because he used American laws. No, that makes him smart. Sorry to tell you, that's the American entrepreneurship way. And I went off on a video last night that people are like, if you slowed down your voice and you weren't so angry and we could understand you, we might take you seriously. I don't care if you take me seriously or not. And it's my freedom of speech to rant and tell it like it is, and that's what I do. So take that and fucking rotate on it, because I could give a shit, okay? What I give a shit about is getting you the truth. What I care about is people getting it in their heads, okay? Because 50% of America does not get it in their head. And it's sad. They've gutted our country from the inside out, and you keep drinking this bullshit Kool-Aid all the time. We all must stop that. Under time. Becky, New York Times did not pay. Oh, they're on the pay-for-play list, Becky. New York Times is on the pay-for-play list. Trust what I'm telling you. They are on there. Becky, New York Times is on there. I've seen the documents. I've seen the donors. I've seen the offshore corporations. The New York Times has been bought by the Clintons. So is CNN, okay? So is CNBC. They've all been bought. Even Rupert Murdoch of Fox is on the list. Tons of them. People don't want to hear the truth, as Wanda just said. This is such a big scandal, and it's very sad. Yes, I'm sorry, Becky. Yes, the New York Times did not pay taxes in 2014 using the same tax laws that Donald Trump did. Hillary Clinton didn't pay taxes last year and caused $699,000 deduction on her own taxes that used the same tax laws as Donald Trump and the rest of others that we all use. Understand, Megyn Kelly, yes. Megyn Kelly's another bought stooge. I can't stand Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly, please, you think you're all that. Give me a break. You look like a Barbie doll on crack. That's what I think of Megyn Kelly. Totally. She looks like a Barbie doll on crack. Well, can I ask you this? Well, Mr. Trump, you said this and that. Megan, do me a favor. Shut your face. Go home and do whatever you do. Go do something because you suck. You're horrible. You're horrible. Wolf Blitzer, too. He's another sellout. Okay? Another complete sellout. They're all sellouts in the media. We have this is the problem. Our country has lost, half of it has lost its dignity, its morals, and its values. And that's what's missing. It's missing in our schools. It's missing in our families. It's missing in our government. It's all about greed and power on 50% of it, while the other 50% of us truly want to make this country great again. We don't mind going to work for it, don't mind standing up for it, and want to do that. And that's the sad thing, and we allowed this to happen as Americans, and we cannot allow it to happen anymore. We cannot allow it to happen anymore. I'm telling you, blackout CNN, CNBC, don't watch them, don't go to their websites, don't do anything. Don't do it. That's how you can hurt them, by spreading the word out there and getting the truth out about this news is the way to beat these people at their own game. And one thing I know how to do is beat people and win. I've stood up to injustice. I've stood up to corruption. I know how to beat these people. And you know how you beat them? With your voice. With your voice and the truth. And you show the truth and you tell the truth and you stand up for your morals, values, and beliefs at all costs. And don't let them be stripped anymore from us as Americans as a whole. That is what has to happen. The list is massive. You just saw it, Michelle, about an hour ago. Yes, you can go to WikiLeaks on Twitter, and they were the first ones to release this, strangely, with Guccifer 2. And I'm not going to reveal my source at all. I don't care what anybody does. I'm not a rat. I stood up for this in my life, and I suffered for it at a point in time, and I don't care. If I have to suffer for it again, for America to get the truth, and to stop these people in their tracks, I will, because this is tremendous. This is so tremendous, it's just shocking. The Clintons think that they can get away with anything, and it goes back all the way. I mean, it's horrible. I can't wait for the movie Hillary's America to be released. It's coming out, I believe, on the 11th. It's going to be mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And Assange will dump. And he's already dumping through other places. And as I said, Guccifer 2, I believe, was part of his dump. And you need to look at those documents. I mean, really read them. They're mind-blowing. It'll take you a little while to go through the documents. But WikiLeaks is offering you the link to download all of these DNC and Clinton Foundation documents. And they are part of the Clinton Foundation. Don't let mass media tell you that they're not. They are clearly tied to the Clinton Foundation and the DNC. Clearly. Remember, please remember, the last WikiLeaks major dump got the head of the DNC to resign. Very serious stuff here. Why is she resigning if she has nothing to hide? Why are people giving immunity and not being prosecuted, anybody being prosecuted, but yet they're all getting immunity across the board? This is common sense stuff, people. You don't need tons of documents to prove this. You just need your brain and to look at it at common sense and connect the dots. If A doesn't equal B, there's something wrong. There's no coincidences in life. There isn't. Trust me. There's no luck in life. People don't make luck. If you think you want to create something in life, you do it. You think it, you believe it, and you make it happen, and you get off your ass and make it happen. That's how successful people become successful. That's how good people support their families. That's how people go to work every day, even if it's a 9-to-5 job. They believe in their job, and they believe in who they are, and they go and do it. They pay their bills, and they follow the system and do this, but the problem is our system's all fucked up. The problem is the system is corrupt, and people are lining their pockets with the money every day. And yes, Becky, I know about the FEMA trucks. That's very, very serious. This is very, very serious, and I'm telling you, please, all of you, make sure you vote. Make sure you pay attention when you go to the voter polls. Make sure you spread the word. As Americans, the 50% here, at least if we can get the other 20% of the other 50% to understand the truth. And I want to share a story before I end this because it's a very serious story. But I'm going to make a point, one thing. Please understand we are truly on the brink of war with Russia. I mean, very serious. This is very serious times we're in right now. And these people don't look at it that way. They look at us, it's like little pawns on a chessboard. And that's what they think about America. That's what they think about all life on the planet, the elite. This is how they think. I grew up around these people. I couldn't stand it then. I can't stand it now. I'm from Long Island, New York. I was a major builder in the Hamptons. I won't even go into the names of people I've built for. I was on covers of magazines at 23. You can just go to my site, scottbinsack.com, scottbinsack.net. You can go to scottbinsackstayingreal.com. You'll see my book overview. I have nothing to hide from the world. This is who I am, the mistakes I made, the lessons I've learned, and this is what we call being human and being successful and being an entrepreneur. Okay, none of us are perfect. We're not supposed to be perfect. But what we should be is real. And we should be real and stand up for what we truly believe in. And what's happening here is so massive and so huge, it needs to be stopped once and for all. And I believe Donald Trump is the only man that can do that. And the man is putting his life on the line to do it, because I believe, just like JFK, they will try to assassinate him right away or even sooner. And I believe that the polls, our election is going to be rigged. So people be prepared. It's going to be rigged. They've already caught, it's massive now. They're catching people all over the place filing false ballots. How sickening is that? If America would pass a law simply to make Americans have ID to vote, we wouldn't have this problem. But you see, they can't and won't do that. They won't do that. They will not do that. No, Becky, you're not crazy. I'm going to say this. Here's the thing. When someone comes out with the truth, even in mainstream media, they sit there on Fox and Friends, they'll sit here and go, oh, this is a conspiracy theory. The Clinton camp said this is conspiracy theory. The Clinton spokesman said this is conspiracy theory. Obama says this is conspiracy theory. Here's Obama making speeches, dumb twat, piece of shit that he is. This is a conspiracy theory. The conspiracy theories of Donald Trump. Don't think I was born as a U.S. citizen. Guess what? The information I've seen, Mr. President Obama, and I'm going to be happy to release it, is that the CIA doctored your birth certificate because I believe you still were born in Kenya. I believe you were born in Kenya. And I don't believe you are a U.S. citizen. How's that for that? And I'll stick by that. And I don't give a shit what people think. It's not a conspiracy. I truly believe you have been hand-carved, President Obama, by the elite to fall into place where you're supposed to be, and you passed all these horrible, atrocious laws, even some without congressional approval. You've done everything that the elite wants you to do. You're nothing but a fucking puppet. And I do believe you were born in Kenya, period. And I don't believe you were born in Hawaii, as you joke about it, because you're a piece of shit. Another elitist piece of shit. That's what I think of you. And I hate to say that about the President of the United States, but that's what it's come down to. And now we're on the brink of war with Russia because of these scumbags. And Russia does not want war with us. Yes, Sven, massive voter fraud discovered in Illinois today, Virginia today. It's all over. Massive voter fraud is everywhere. How are we supposed to hold these elections and know that they're true and correct? Ask ourselves that. This is a very serious question that America needs to ask itself. How can we ensure that this does not happen? Because it's happening all over already. They are that scared, and they know the Trump movement is there, and people like us are standing up to do it. And this is my point. We have to, this is mass, and voter fraud is everywhere. You need to be a poll watcher. That's a very good point, Becky. There's a Hawaii hotel, Kenya, yes. The absentee ballots, this is my point. Absentee ballots are going to be filled out, and they're going to be faked and then defrauded. And here's mass media. This is CNN and everybody. Well, do you really think America would allow, and they would really cut to that for rigged elections? I've seen the information. I'm leaking a lot of it and myself, that we have rigged many elections. The CIA is behind this. I just told you, Russia, look, Google what I'm telling you. Russia just bombed a secret CIA and Mossad, which is Israel's CIA, location in Syria. Okay, in Aleppo. This is what brought this to the brink, because the CIA and Mossad and others with Saudi Arabia, George Soros, are behind this war in Syria. They want Bashar al-Assad out of power. Russia says no. We tried to have a peace agreement. The United States blew that one, wantonly and willfully killed. And they said, oops, we're sorry. Oops, we're sorry. Oops, we're sorry, Obama. Oops, we're sorry we just let illegal immigrants out of jail and then made them citizens by oops or accident. Are you going to accept that, America? Are you going to accept oops when we end up with a nuke on us? Or when your son or daughter who's in the military gets oopsed? Okay? You're going to end up with oops? You're going to accept oops from our government? There's no such thing as oops. Our government is not supposed to say oops. It doesn't work that way. But that's their answer. And America sits back and goes, it's conspiracy theory. It's just oops. I mean, and then they say if it's a mistake, they go, oops, we're sorry. We're fucking sorry. We're sorry. It won't happen again. Next week it happens again. It happens again, happens again, happens again. And the Clintons have been doing this for years and getting away with it and murdering people in their tracks. I'm going to give you another pointer before I'm off here. Most people don't know this. And you can fact check this. Julian Assange, top civil rights international lawyer back in April, was killed, allegedly, by suicide by throwing himself in front of a train. Check out what I'm telling you. He just decided, one of the best lawyers in the world, okay, and in Europe, one of the best lawyers on the planet, just decided one day in April to jump in front of a train and kill himself. Is that a coincidence? Is that a fucking coincidence? Use common sense in all these things. The trail of this is so serious and so long, and even the murders behind Clinton's is horrifying. And I'm telling you, I know the mafia, I know people, I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like this. And they get away with it. And if you watch the movies about Hillary that are very correct, Clinton's Cash, Hillary's America that's coming out. There's another one I posted on my wall about the movie that Hillary got blocked from movie theaters. Again, I bring back just even recent activities. Why do you give people, Department of Justice, give immunity to all these people and come back with zero? You just gave them all immunity, and you only give people immunity if they're guilty. And I'm going to make another point. The government didn't need to give Hillary's lawyer immunity to get her laptops because it's government material. All they had to do is grab them. They legally have that right. They legally have the right to grab it. You don't need to do anything for that. Nothing. You could just grab them. And as I said, Bill Clinton had the balls to go on Loretta Lynch's private plane and blackmail her. Fact. And this came from Edward Klein, very top source, good, reliable source. And then he was joking about it, how nervous he was, okay, for giving out this ensuring that Hillary would not be prosecuted. There's Bill. I wonder if she let Loretta Lynch give him a head. You know what I mean? Oh, pow! Sorry, ladies. Shit. Fuck. Sorry. I gotta. I think Bill Clinton's disgusting. You want to know why? I grew up, and I'll share something with you all if you haven't seen it on my Sunday Night with Scott Binsack show or my book. I grew up in a very abused childhood. I was abused as a child for many years by multiple family members. So I know what it's like to be raped. I know what it's like to be part of that. I know what it's like for someone to degrade you and do horrible things to you. And I overcame that in my life. And I stood up against that too. And I left home at 15 and I never looked back. And I made my life into something. I used the pain and the power and the hurt to make something out of my life. And I'm fortunate enough to do that. And so when I hear that all these people have been raped and abused, and it's truth about Bill Clinton, and he still walks around like he's God, there's something very wrong. He needs to be punished. He should be strung up. He should be strung up by his balls. For raping any women. For raping any woman, in my mind. I don't believe in any of that. No one should be raped. No one. And Bill is known for pedophilia as well, to a major world ring. That's a whole nother story. There's also a big story that's about this, and I believe it's going to be part of the WikiLeaks dump, is that they've been doing what they call human trafficking between countries via the Clinton Foundation. And this is a serious point. It's not far out in left field. It's trafficking human beings, okay? Including, and as I just told you, this Guccifer dump shows that they've been into Medicaid and sharing and selling your Medicaid information to many, many places. So you think America's safe? You think your information's safe? No, it's not safe. You think that they don't watch what I'm saying right now or what you do? Everybody's screaming about Yahoo and their emails. Guess what? All your emails are watched. It doesn't matter. Just open your eyes. They watch everything. And I'm not being conspiratorial. I'm not being, paranoid. It's just the truth. Right now, I own a very large company. It's a branding, marketing company, website development company. There goes the train. Too bad we can't throw Bill in front of that. Maybe he'd strangely commit suicide in front of that train, like Julian Assange's lawyer just decided to do. One of the best lawyers in the whole world decides to throw himself in front of a train and kill himself, right? After WikiLeaks dumped a serious batch of emails having to do with the IMF, the World Bank, ties to all this other stuff. Really? Is that a coincidence? No. Let's not say it's not a fucking coincidence. Before I go, I have to share this story, and this is how important by getting the word out is. Yes, Sven, there is the CBS News just came across. Russia issues stern warning to U.S. against striking Syrian army. And I just told you, as before they're even telling you, I'm telling you this before, and my inside source, I'm telling you, there's good people reaching out to me from inside the military, others, because they trust me and they know. If you look at my past, I've stood up for justice. I'm not a rat. You can tell me anything, and I'll take it to the grave with me, especially if it has to do with injustice and corruption. And I'll get the word out there, whether they like it or they don't. But I want to show you something, the power of the people, of what has happened even by me starting with my videos and my shows telling it like it is. I received several emails, and one in particular was from a man. I'm not going to mention him by name, but I'm going to share the email, the Facebook message to me. One of many, and I want to say this. This is how we can change America, and we're changing the vote. This man messaged me and said, Scott, I stumbled onto your video, and someone had shared it, and I watched your video, and this was about one of my other videos before this, and he said, I have never voted in my life. He said, however, you have made me see the light that I am going to vote this year for the first time, and I'm going to be voting for Donald Trump. And I said to myself, you know what, and I messaged him back, and I said, thank you, sir, and he's never voted before in his life, and I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it from my messenger with it. I just have lots to do, but I'm going to share that. And that's what this is about. This is a man that's never voted, and I've got many messages of the same, but this one in particular stood out to me, and he was a hardworking man from middle America, I'll say that. And he messaged me, and thank you for messaging me and telling me that. Because you've gotten and spread the word out, we have changed people's minds. We have shown them the light that even voters who have never voted before are now voting, and they're voting for Donald Trump. Because America needs this change. We need America to be great again. And Donald Trump can do it because Donald Trump will hire the right people to do this. He will do it. You may not like his style, you may not like the above, but he's a man that can do it, and he cannot be bought. And he will prosecute Bill and Hillary and everybody else if he gets into as the president, and that's what they're trying to stop. They know he will clean house, including Loretta Lynch and the rest of them. And he will do that for the American people. And he's putting his life on the line by even saying that before he's elected that he will do that. And he will do that, and he's mentioning the Clinton Foundation. How much more do you have to see? And this woman has the nerve and the audacity to say, Donald, show me your tax return. Donald, if I was Donald, and I'm a great debater, I would have said, Miss Clinton, nice and calmly, how about you show us your donor list for the Clinton Foundation, and how about you show how many taxes you've paid on the Clinton Foundation? And the answer, she would be stunned. She wouldn't know what to say. She wouldn't know what to say, and he could say it calmly. And he'd say, truthfully, you and Bill, show us the Clinton Foundation when you've paid taxes. Because you see, the Clinton Foundation had a Canada tied to the other hundreds of offshore corporations, and I mean hundreds, okay? Connected to the Panama Papers release, will show you this. They don't pay any taxes. Even Hillary's book deposit, as they say, of $5.5 million went through offshore corporate accounts, and she didn't pay one dime of tax on the $5.5 million she received for her book deal. Fact. So, fact checkers, go try to do your homework and suck up to Hillary and suck up to the rest of the bullshit, and you know what? Basically, blow me. How's that? I'm sorry, ladies. I'm going to say it again. I'm sorry. I'm straight, direct, and to the point. And that's it. I'm real. Don't like it? You don't have to watch me. But I wanted to share that story, how we changed, even if it's one vote at a time, over the next 30 days, we need to change one vote at a time and make people see, and people who have never voted before, to stand up to vote. It's very important. Don't vote. Even if you don't want to vote for Hillary, vote for Trump. Because even if you don't like him, because when you don't vote, it's just another vote for her. And they are rigging the system as we speak. However, their differences of filing all these different things to make a difference, if we all come out in the masses and vote Trump, vote Trump, vote Trump, vote Trump, and have monitors at polling stations, they'll never be able to rig the numbers that fast to cover up the amount of people that are voting for Donald Trump. And I believe that's the way. Very good, Karen. Don't be silenced. None of you be silenced. Gerald, God bless you. He's 38 years old and never voted, but this election will be your first. God bless you. Vote. If you haven't voted, and I get these messages all the time, and I'm happy. That's what makes me happy. If I can get one person to change their mind and go out and vote who's never voted, or really think Hillary is this person that is not a liar, not a deceptive person, that is this wonderful woman, and a lot of women are just voting for her because she's a woman. Women, please don't do that. Vote for there will be a time and a place for a woman president, and rightfully so. I believe women make great leaders, and I'll stick by that completely. Women make great leaders, but don't vote for this woman. She's not that woman. She does not deserve to be the first woman president of the United States at all. There's Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. 49 and voting for the first time. God bless you. This is how you can change America. And this is how we have 30 days to do this. 30 days, roughly, whatever the numbers are. Okay? We have roughly 30 days. So I'm telling you, vote. Do what you have to do. Share good stories. Share positive stories. Share the truth about the Clinton Foundation. Share the truth about Hillary Clinton and get it out to everybody. And if the people are that stupid that they don't want to believe all of these people in masses, 50% of America showing them to them, then it's shame on them. Shame the fuck on you. Okay? Because if she does get in, you are going to see such a disaster. Our country will never, ever be the same again. Trust what I tell you. And a lot of people are planning on moving, and seriously moving. I don't want to live here with Hillary as president. I'm going to be very honest with you. Okay? I believe in America. I believe in it. I don't. The system is so fucked up. It needs to be cleaned house. We need to clean house, start over. Because there's a lot of good people in government. There's a lot of good federal agents. There's a lot of good CIA agents. There's a lot of good people in our system that don't like the system the way it is, but have been, their mouths are closed. Their mouths are tied. They're scared. That's why they're dumping and being whistleblowers behind the back to different people and different major outlets like WikiLeaks. We can go down the line. And if it wasn't for the hackers, if it wasn't for these hackers and for these whistleblowers, we would not know the information we do know today. Think about that, as they call them, these traitorous people and all of this above. But it's okay to keep hidden. It's okay to keep hidden all this information from the American public so that we can just keep defrauding them and leading them on and leading them down this path of this alleged yellow brick road, golden paved road. And guess where the road's going? To hell. Right now, the golden paved road is going to hell. In Obama's America, it's already there, and the statistics already prove it. $20 trillion more in debt. 20 trillion more. You can't keep printing paper-backed money. It's worthless. It's going to implode. It will implode. And I want you to understand something. If we go to war with Russia, and we are on the brink of nuclear war with Russia, because Russia is going to defend itself, and I don't blame it. And they're going to make you think Russia did something that they didn't do. Sadly, that's how it works. The stock market will crash. The stock market will crash, and that's what they want. Trust me, they've already sucked out what they need from it. It's already been put in gold and silver and everything. I'm a financial advisor. I'm a major consultant. I consult to average Americans all the way up to businessmen, major businessmen. That's what I do. I mentor people as well. This is what I do for a living. I've known the system. I know how it works, and it's disgusting. It is disgusting. This is what's going to happen. Good night. God bless, and please, please, we can change America one vote at a time. And I've seen it, and I've watched over 50 plus messages to me about people voting for the first time, and they're voting for Donald Trump. Stand up and let's take America back again, everybody. Please share this, like this. You can follow me on Twitter under, I'm going to put the links above in this when I'm done. You can follow my Facebook public figure page, because I will start to shoot there so people can comment. I'm going to share the link, and give me 5 minutes after this. It'll be up above this video that you can go and like that page, because I'm going to be streaming from there and then sharing to my personal wall, because everybody, I have thousands of emails and messages, people want to copy, comment and say things, and they're being held back because they can only like because they're only following me. I want you to comment. I want to hear your words. I want to hear what you have to say, even good or bad. Okay? I will listen to all of them. And I'm going to do that, and hence why I'm switching to shoot live. I will let you know when on my Scott Binsack public figure page. So if you like there, I'm going to start to do direct posts to that, and still on my personal wall, but I'm going to be live streaming from there direct. So go to Scott Binsack on Facebook, like that page, and you can follow me on Twitter under Binsack SB, capital B, INSACK, and then capital SB. You'll follow me on Twitter. I am going to start shooting live on Facebook and then Periscope at the same time. And we're setting that up as we speak. Anything that's shot here, I will share immediately when I'm done with this to YouTube and Vimeo as well. I straighten out the problem with YouTube, and we're good. And pray. America, please pray. We've lost God in our country, and thanks to Obama, we're having that stripped away even more. In God We Trust is being removed from our country. The national anthem is even being removed from our country. Christianity is being overcome. Christians are being beheaded and held in cages from ISIS, our own creation. Understand this. It's genocide. It's basically genocide and gutting the United States from the inside out. God bless us all.